The Skokomish Indian tribe, descendants of primarily Twana Indians, once subsisted on hunting, fishing, and gathering activities, nomadically moving seasonally where food could be found. Today, the Twana descendants live on the Skokomish Reservation. Like reservations of other tribes, the Skokomish Reservation is remote, and buying fresh fruits and vegetables at a store is impractical for many. A lack of access to these fresh foods places further burden on the community as it struggles with high rates of diabetes and heart disease. One of the strongest ways the tribe has tapped into their traditions to address modern struggle is the creation of the community gardens. The two gardens were the visions of Joe Andrew Sr., who started them about 30 years ago. The tribe has both a produce garden and a healing garden, where medicinal plants are grown. The purpose of the gardens is to provide medicines and healthy organic produce to community members.
It's just cool watching, like, it's nothing and then just all comes to life. Trees like that we plant, they're gonna be like, they're babies right now, but like in like 8 years or something, they're gonna be like full grown trees. And that'll be kind of cool to look at, thinking like I planted those.
It's cool to see like something that you put in the ground grow up, like right in front of you. I'm still just kind of like picking up on it, like as I go. If they ask me to give them a hand, I'll just like, oh, what is it? You know, what does it do? What's it for? How do you use it? So I really understand, but medicine, just picking it and like knowing what it's for and how it's used, is like pretty simple to hold on to. So simple that like a lot of people could learn it. It's a good knowledge, you know, thing to have. It's important to know who you are, where you came from, who your family is, and like how your people worked back in the day. Like, it's an important thing to know. If you know your past, you're gonna know your future, and it just makes you stronger as a person.
The gardens are now managed in collaboration with Tuaduk Family Services, which has been a great benefit to the garden and the community. Rosetta LeClaire of Family Services partners with general assistance, vocational rehab, mental health, and intensive outpatient programs. A group of volunteers are referred to the garden to learn and job skills and gaining a sense of purpose.
Well, it gives people chances that usually other people or administrations wouldn't give a chance to, and you know, it's not full time, but it helps people pay their bills and stuff, you know, and a lot of people that are in recovery kind of need something to do, and I think a job helps them stay in recovery.
For the past couple of years, I've been in recovery. I'm doing better than ever, I feel like, since I started working here. More productive feeling, so it feels good to be productive, especially with my community. We have fun every day.
Yeah, actually I was happy. I was content to get a job because I had no motivation to wake up and get up in the morning.
In general, you know, I have a real hard background, you know, and trying to overcome hardship in their life, you know, whether it be alcohol or drugs or a combination, you know, or domestic violence, you know, or a combination of everything. And I see a lot of, you know, the guys I got there, you know, and that's including myself, you know, I've overcome a lot of things, and the garden played a big part in it.
Everyone who comes to the garden, through whatever program, has their own story and has been impacted in their own way. But through all their efforts, the garden has grown more with each year, and they are all contributing to their community, cultivating their tribal history, giving back to their elders, and helping continue the legacy of Grandpa Joe and all the others who lovingly tended these gardens so many years ago.
We would go out and hand them a lot of vegetables down to the tribal elders and people that are in need of it. Feels great. Sometimes they'd come down to the garden and thank us.
Respect your elders, listen to when they talk. If they got something to tell you, you have to listen to it because what they say isn't always going to be here forever. So I'd rather give something to the elders and get paid back with stories they got to tell. I like talking to the elders when I give them their stuff. I don't know, it makes me feel better about myself. We rely on all our elders, and they're the ones that pass on all their knowledge, so the garden's for them.
In the year 2000, I got a divorce from my wife, and it just led to alcoholism. You know, I was on my deathbed, and I was fortunate enough to start working here again soon after that, you know, and that played a big part in my sobriety also. I occupy my time, you know, in a good way instead of drowning myself in alcohol. To keep in the garden like how Grandpa wanted it, and to actually see the fruit and vegetables being available how he wanted it, you know, like it fulfilled what he wanted, you know, it means a lot. hard to put into words sometimes. For me it is. Because it meant so much. And he taught us a lot, you know, not just about gardening, but about life in general. A lot of things that, you know, get lost along the way. But it's still alive now, so we see it. It feels good being a part of it, you know, and to see it come about how it did. You know, and how I feel like he's there a lot of times.
Yeah,
and that
I'm
feels
sure.
pretty good.